What's up, guys? It's Sean Larson from autopilotdates.com, and I have some of the best industry proof that I get results with hot girls. And here's that proof right now. Now, this is a girl that I pulled in New York City in the meatpacking district when I was just going out about, approaching girls. And this is a girl that I got from online dating apps. She is half Indonesian, half white. So yeah, I met her on the dating apps, and I got her from there. And here she is, after we've already banged, just chilling with me at my apartment, with her curvy big ass and everything, right? And I think here I was just like getting her a ride to go back home, whatever the fuck, right? So that's what's going on in this clip. And in the next clip here, that's coming up,
Does you? Huh?
I'm here kissing this girl. She's Asian.
here.
She's an Asian girl, and I'm kissing her, and we go
Get me water.
to the kitchen, and I ask her to get me a water. Just messing around, like whatever, I just wanted to see if she'll, it's like a compliance test, I want to see if she'll do what I say. That builds investment when I ask her to do something and she does it. And then I kiss her and reward her for doing that, right? All right. Today we're going to talk about a girl that I matched with yesterday using the autopilot dates method, which is directly from dating app Blueprint, my flagship course for Tinder. And if you're curious about that, there is a link in the pinned comment and the description with all the details on that. But basically, it entails having like a profile on these dating apps that is highly like sexualized, and it has somewhat of a provocative nature, and it makes girls like reach out to you basically if they're attracted to you in like a sexual way. And it often works because of the way that we set things up. So I'm gonna go over exactly how I matched with her and how I got her to send me. She literally messaged me first. She said she said something. She said, "I want to see your dick pic," or "I want to see your dick," and it seems attractive or whatever. So she literally messaged me first, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, but I'm not going to reveal everything because, of course, I want people to join my online course so that they can get the full formula, but I will give you guys some good advice on this video. So let's get started with that. Alright, so here's the actual chick that I just matched with yesterday, and this is what she looks like. You can tell she's pretty attractive. I'm actually in Southeast Asia right now, Vietnam, but this girl is from the UK, so she's like from London. You can see in her profile it says her name is Halin. She's probably like a foreign-born Vietnamese girl or something like that. So it says the school she went to is University of Arts London or whatever, so that she grew up in the UK. So she's like an Anglo girl. Her behaviors are going to be like a westernized girl. Okay, so you have to realize that most Vietnamese girls are not as they're not as like DTF, like you have to kind of play it a little bit conservative with them. But it can of course work in any country, so you just have to work things correctly. Anyways, so here's the message that she sent me after she saw my profile. You might be wondering what that profile is. I'm going to reveal it to you in this video shortly. But here's the message that she sent me. So this is her profile and everything, and this is her message to me. I'm like surprised here, so I was like, she just messaged me out of a sudden. She's like, "Want to see your dick, want to see your D, by the way," because she saw my profile, and then she's like has little embarrassed emoji, and then seems attractive, and I'm like, "Look cute," with a hearts emoji thing. Why do I do that? Because it's just like a regular opener that I use in Southeast Asia. It's very short and brief, and it doesn't signal a lot of investment on my part. Even though she's already invested a lot with 3 messages in a row, I know that I can get away with messaging her more, but I'm still keeping it safe. So what she messages me, she keeps messaging me after that. But let's go into my profile and what caused her to actually message me like this. Okay, so let's go ahead. Alright, so you can see here, this is my profile that I actually got her with. Um, this is specifically tailored to uh, Vietnam specifically because there are certain elements and I'll go over them. Um, Here's like this style of profile pic that I kind of took. I took like a picture in front of the mirror with like after I had gotten done for the gym, and I look like I'm working out. I look like pretty in good shape, right? So what this is signaling? What is all the signals that this is pointing out? Well, the stupid emojis, they signal that I'm not taking this app seriously, which most guys do. So like 90% of my men on like these dating apps, they take these apps way too seriously, and as a result, the women just roll their eyes and swipe left. Okay, so what you want to do is and you don't have to signal that you don't care with this specific strategy. Like this is just something I do. But you can use stupid emojis in your pictures to like show that you don't really give a shit about the app, or you don't really care. You're like um, treating it like entertainment. This is what women do because they're not caring. They don't care about getting laid as much as men do. You want to signal that you're just like them. You really don't care, and you're treating the app like it's a fucking joke. Okay, so this is the whole point behind this sort of thing. You of course don't copy me because a lot of people are gonna start copying me after they see this. Do not do that. Like just do things within your pictures that show that you don't give a shit and that you're. But also this is funny in a sexual way as well. What this is signaling is that maybe he has a big huge dick or something like that, right? And then this horns is showing that I'm like kind of a bad guy, like a bad boy, like not a good option, like she shouldn't take me home to meet mom type of thing. That's what it's doing. And then here's another thing. The phone that I have is one of the latest ones from Google Pixel. So this is signaling that I have status. Okay, so this is another signal right here. And guys who are using like selfie pictures with old phones, that's like a huge thing that's just gonna get you a left swipe. So that's another thing. Another thing here that you'll notice is my apartment, the condo that I'm living in is very nice and modern. So that's another thing that would attract a higher status girl. Another thing you'll notice is the name. Don't use like just use like a neutral name, a westernized name, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like if you have a weird long name, don't use that. Like if you're a foreigner with like a really long name or a weird name, don't use that. Just like use like a regular, like Alex or Ryan or Sean or whatever the fuck, right? Because that is what women are like, just conditioned by the media to be to respond well to, so it doesn't matter. Um, so as you can see, 87 people like you. So this is over a few days. Like I got this many likes over a few days, and this wasn't really my picture initially. I just did it like recently. I just took this, so it's like different. It's different from the old pictures that I had. So the old pictures were like kind of not even that good, but this one was good, and I immediately got a response as soon as I took that picture with the muscular selfie as well as the eggplant thing and the funny little sexual pic. That kind of like triggered a response. Now you'll notice all my 4 pictures over here. Second picture is a picture of my passport like blurred out so that she can see I'm from America, right? So this is another thing, like if you're a foreigner in these countries, you want to signal higher status, and a lot of times if you're not a white guy, like you're going to be seen as potentially like one of these foreigners from one of these lower status countries. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you differentiate. So that's another reason why I have that there. And then the third picture here is like the huge muscular selfie that I'm trying to take. Like I'm trying to flex my muscles here. Yes, it looks kind of try hard, but you know, it does look try hard, like trying to do that, but like at the same time, the muscularity overrides the try hard, the try hard behavior there. So it's still fine because girls will forgive that as long as you look decent and in shape. And the final picture here is like just the frontal face view, and I just did that because I wanted to verify the profile. You really don't have to do it, but I wanted the blue check mark there. Okay, so the blue check mark only happens if the AI can verify your face with whatever your video selfie, right? So you need like a frontal face picture. And this is not like Tinder. This is like a different app. It's called Tantan, and it's like used in Asia, but it's very similar to Tinder. It's not really exactly Tinder, but it's exactly the same with the algorithm and everything. They've pretty much copied everything, so it's the same thing. It's popular in Asia. All right, so in the bio, I have mentioned how much I make and all this other stuff. That I live in a nice condo and a higher status area. This is fine in Asia because girls are not going to think it's cringy to brag about your shit, about whatever, brag about stuff like income and all this other stuff. Only girls in the West think it's cringy and think that you're lower value for doing that. So by bragging that you make, you know, X amount of Vietnamese dong every month, you are basically um, differentiating yourself from the lower value competition in the market. Okay, so these are the things that I've basically done. So star sign, Scorpio, whatever, science and technology industry founder, and this is whatever the fuck, you know, and bodybuilding, techno, trance, EDM, you just whatever your interests are, you can put them there. Yes, you can have too many stupid interests, so don't put too much stuff there. But like, you don't want her to know too much about you. And what would you do on a first date? Coffee or drink or ice cream? Yeah. So yeah, we'll discuss that in the course. Why you want to talk about like coffee or a drink or ice cream. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now let's go over the full conversation with this girl and how I actually got her to message me on IG, and then we're continuing our conversation there, trading nudes and everything like that. So, all right, let's go into that. All right, so here is the conversation. Let's go one by one and show you exactly what I did to get her to come off the platform and meet me. Alright, so let's see here. Want to see your D, by the way. She says, seems attractive. I said, look cute. Um, and then she says, it is a fact, with a ghost face. Alright, so this is just like nonsensical stuff. Let me zoom in a little bit so that you can see a little bit better what's going on with that. Um, Alright, so I said, are you shaved? So I'm like mimicking her stupidity back to her. You know what I'm saying? Like she says, it is a fact. Like she's like typing one message, one word at a time. So I'm mimicking that back to her. You know, I'm mirroring the behavior back to her. It kind of like it makes her feel like it's fun and playful, right? So you're teasing her, but you're also making it sexual. You're like, are you shaved, right? So she says yes. I said I like shaved pussy, and little cat emoji right there. It's funny. Just a way to look neat. You speak English good. It seems that she's a westernized girl, so it seems that she does speak English well. She says obviously, LOL. I'm an international student. Okay, so she's an international student, so she's like I said, nice. I grew up in America. Do you have a London accent? Haha. She says, LOL, I have British accent. How do you know I'm studying in London? Your profile says London. LOL. Okay, so she's like, we're just vibing right now. With this, she laughs. She says, I forgot. She says, gonna remove it. And I said, Asian girl with English accent sounds hot. And I'm like, just joking around. As always, right. Do you moan in an English accent too when getting pounded? Haha. So this is me like making it more sexual because of the way that she messaged me first with a sexual message. I was thinking that it'll be a good idea to try to like make it more sexual, to like lean into the whole, idea of like being open and upfront about things, because that's how she messaged me. So she says, bro, why you asked that question? So I was just like, okay, so I lean off. I'm like, just joking. What are you looking for on here? So she says casual. This is a message you should ask. Like you can ask what she's looking for on here. That's like a good question to ask to see if the girl's like actually DTF or just fucking wasting your time. All right, so I said same. Uh, she says, why are you in Vietnam at the moment? I said, I'm at Vin Homes Ocean Park near Hanoi. She says, why? Oh, she says, why? So I was like, I thought she's like, where are you? I thought she was like trying to arrange logistics so we can meet, but like that wasn't the case. Um, so I take a video of my place, and this is a great way to like DHV also, by the way, like show higher value by showing like a nice place. It's a nice place, and I can focus on business when you're free. So I'm trying to now go into logistics and try to meet up with her. She says, "Oh, nice." I was like, "What are you doing?" Okay, let's go grab matcha after that. Hi, I love matcha. Are you free tomorrow? I said. She said, "No, I'm busy this week. We're celebrating uh, Lunar New Year next week. Monday's okay." All right. So yeah, um, yeah. So I want her to add me on like Zalo or some other app. So I messaged her that. She says, "Why?" Because I'm not always using this app. Da da da. Well, I always use app for my family. So we're like going back and forth. She says Instagram eventually, and then we decide on Instagram here. The one with, so yeah, I'm like telling her I could get banned because of my picture. So yeah, that can happen if you're using like sexualized strategy. All right, so next, I'll open an account to talk to you in case you got banned. I have one, but it's blank with no pictures. Okay, so this is a crucial thing here. If you are using Instagram to message girls, you want to make sure there's very few pictures of you, and the only pictures that are of you on that account should be the one that you used on Tinder, because you don't know if she's going to uh, extra information about you can only hurt your chances with fucking a girl. So you want to make sure that there's only the information that she already knows about you is on Instagram. You don't want to add extra variables and add extra pictures, because that could disqualify you, right? Women disqualify in the beginning before sex, and men qualify. Men want to make up reasons that they would sleep with a girl, and women want to make up reasons why they would not sleep with a girl. So this is, classic strategy. Um, do you hit the gym? So yeah, we're just talking here. And then like I said, my IG is this, and then from there it's like she's talking about how she does Pilates and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, okay, talk later. The next day, today in the morning, I said hi, and then she said yes. I texted you there. She messaged me on IG, Instagram, and that's pretty much it. And I sent her like nudes on Instagram, and she's like into it, so whatever. I sent her like a video of me banging some chick. So I'm trying to get her to meet up after the Lunar New Year or whatever. But pretty much this is the whole method, and it still works. A lot of people were saying in my groups, in the past they were like saying, hey, this is too sexual, like Tinder is gonna ban me and this and that. But no, as you can see, it still works, and all the people who are denying that this method will work are just, they're not creative enough in figuring out a way to make that sexual strategy work. The reason this works is that you're screening out girls who are time wasters and who are just going to friend zone you, okay? So this is the reason why this strategy works. Alright, so if you're interested in learning more about this, we have a free proven and tested Tinder bios PDF. It's a free ebook with 3 proven and tested Tinder bios that I've used to match with girls and get them to message me first saying like dirty stuff like that, as well as our online course which is called Dating App Blueprint, which goes from nothing to tons of matches in your account that are DTF and want to meet up and hook up. So I have that as well. The links are in the description and in the pinned comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, and leave a comment and let me know if this strategy helped you, and if you like the content, and if you liked this texting exchange, if you learned a lot from it. Alright, so that's pretty much it, and I will see you guys in the next video.